There are moments so small, yet powerful enough to derail an entire day, or even a relationship. We don't ruin things because we lack good intentions. We ruin them because we react too fast. A notification lights up. A sharp message appears. A sentence hits a tender spot. And before we even understand what's happening, we've already sent a reply, one we wish we could take back just minutes later. What breaks our calm is not the event itself, but the first second, the second when instinct outruns wisdom. You don't need an hour to regain composure. You only need 2 breaths. Just 2, but enough to pull you out of automatic reaction and bring you back to yourself. We don't fail because we lack rationality. We fail because we don't give rationality the time to arrive. We often think the problem is the notification, the message, or the uncomfortable words someone said. But the truth is sharper than that. The real problem is the 0-second gap between stimulus and response. Most of the time, we don't actually respond. We just react. The brain fires its instinctive response in a few hundred milliseconds, far faster than reason can arrive. And in that tiny delay lies the place where we reclaim control. You don't need to become calmer. You only need to widen the space between what happens and how you choose to respond. Just a few seconds, just 2 breaths, are enough to activate the part of the mind responsible for clarity and self-restraint. The Stoics called this the moment you hold your mind before it runs away. 2 breaths don't slow you down. They put you back in charge. In modern life, everything moves too fast. A notification, an email, a sharp comment, and we react instantly. No pause, no choice, just instinct. The Stoics believed that wisdom lives in the moment before the reaction, the thin line between an action you regret and an action you're proud of. Viktor Frankl once said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies your freedom." That space isn't philosophy. It's a practice. A manager paused for just 3 seconds before replying to a tense email, and those 3 seconds shifted his response from anger to clarity. The way to widen this gap is simple. 2 deep breaths to shift the nervous system from reaction to reasoning. How to apply it? When a notification appears, don't check it immediately. Put the phone down. Take 2 breaths, then respond. A small gap, a powerful form of control. You cannot respond wisely when your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight. When the breath becomes shallow and the heart speeds up, the next words you speak rarely come from clarity. Chris Voss, the master negotiator, always relaxes his breathing before he speaks, to avoid falling into emotional traps. A sales professional once cut almost all of his angry reactions simply by taking 2 slow breaths before every difficult call. The situation didn't change. His state did. This is the double inhale method. A deep breath in, a second small inhale, and a long, gentle exhale. Just 3 movements, but enough to reset the nervous system. How to apply it? Before you open an email, a message, a call, pause for a single beat and perform the inhale, inhale, exhale cycle. In those few seconds, you decide whether you will respond as someone in control or react as someone being pulled away. Just 2 slow breaths are enough to activate the brain's analytical center and weaken the impulses that drive instinctive reactions. John Cage once said, "I never react immediately. I wait for the first silence." That silence is the breath. In real life, this becomes very clear. A father is about to scold his child for spilling water, but he pauses, takes 2 breaths, and the words, "What are you doing?" shift into, "It's okay. Let's clean it together." The child didn't change. He did. This is the pause, name, choose framework. Pause. Stop with 2 breaths. Name. Label the emotion rising within you. Choose. Respond with something wiser. 2 breaths don't slow you down. They wake you up. There was a time when the moment my phone lit up, my mind would tense instantly. One urgent email could ruin an entire evening. I reacted too fast, as if pulled by an invisible force. Until one day, exhausted, I stopped and breathed. 2 slow breaths. Inhale. Inhale again. Then a long exhale. Nothing outside changed, but inside, a small space opened, just wide enough for reason to step in before emotion. The message was the same. The email was the same, but I was different. I responded half a second slower, but far, far wiser. I realized, freedom doesn't come from controlling the world, but from controlling your response to it. That tiny buffer, 2 breaths, gave me back my calm. And from that calm, wisdom finally began to appear. You can't control every notification or disturbance in life, but you can control the space between them and your response. Sometimes that space is only 2 breaths, yet those 2 breaths mark the boundary between a day that pulls you around and a day you truly lead. When you pause to breathe, you're not slowing down, you're becoming clear. Emotion no longer drags you forward. You're the one guiding it. In the next video, we'll begin building a stronger inner system, a mental structure that helps you respond with wisdom, not react from instinct.